not necessarily have to be taken up on a vote. Thank you. All right, after that, have no other business, so we'll move on to the old business to accept the bid improvements on Holly Street.
When we received a letter, giving us 2 bids.
I don't have the bid, but I got the letter from that. It's got it on there.
Okay, we can go ahead and explain. Okay, I think we all got this paper, saying it's the bids on it. So I would like to offer a motion that we take the bid, let's see if they can get it. I need to make the motion. I would like to make a motion that we accept the bid for $70,250.
First of all, both bids should be put out on the table for council to consider. And then the appropriate decide which one we want to accept or not accept.
Okay, so.
The bid should be read into the record.
Do you all have a copy of that bid?
Yes,
You all,
we did.
I'm saying the attorneys being that they're the attorneys.
Yeah, I
Did
don't
you-
have.
I mean,
Did you not furnish them?
I gave you the copy.
Pardon?
I gave all the mayor and the council a copy.
With the, I'm not, just, you talking about the letter of the bid.
I gave y'all the letter that came from
Oh.
Spence. Because the bid opening was open to the public.
Ms. Whipple, if you have them, just read out the 2 different bids.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right, thank you. You want to look at it?
well, traditionally, this letter from Mr. Spence Mason today, May 17, 2016, reference sealed bids for improvements on Holly Street. So on May 13, 2016, 11 a.m., I opened the bids for the above mentioned project.
We did an open, it was an open
He
session.
did.
Is the council meeting?
No, it was at City Hall as advertised. We opened at City Hall as
Who was
advertised.
there?
Just myself, Spence Basinger, and one of the contractors.
I thought historically y'all opened the bids at the meeting.
We have done some of the projects in the council room outside of the meetings, as long as it's advertised that way.
Okay.
So what are you saying,
Is it all right?
attorney?
Well, the bid, one of the bids was $70,250, the other bid was $165,000. $90,000 difference. And Spence doesn't,
Twice the
and Spence doesn't explain why it was almost over twice as much.
So is that,
They both had the same specs, I don't
They
know.
both had the same specs, I mean,
I don't know how they.
Yeah, they, I think they were sealed bids, weren't they?
They were still.
They were sealed bids, and what they did, they turned them in. And one, Thompson bid $165,415, and the other company bid $70,250. But they were sealed.
they missed it.
so normally it's the,
You don't usually find that large of area, you might find a 15, 20%, 30%
We're
area.
thinking they just didn't really want the job. But they put that high bid and thinking maybe nobody else would bid on it and they could make that huge profit off of it. Well, we don't know.
If they didn't want it, then they
If
should
they
bid.
didn't have to bid, that's the only thing we could possibly come up with.
so normally.
It always is kind of a red flag when you got a $90,000 difference between 2 bids on a simple job like that.
One of them had no exclusions, no exceptions.
Yeah, I mean, bid if they bid on things, if they had exclusions that were not included in the bid specifications.
I never saw the bid package itself.
That's what I'm saying, y'all don't have all the information, I don't think. On decision.
Well,
Whether you got a conforming bid for Reeves, or a non-conforming bid for Reeves, or same thing from the other person. There's got to be a reason. And
Yes.
I don't doubt what Ron's saying, it might be just a job. And you also gotta look at the fact,
My understanding, and if you correct me if and I may be wrong, but prior to our coming into office, this had already been taken care of pretty much as what the situation, the problem on that street is. Am I correct, Councilwoman Murphy?
I think so, and I think it probably was something like 80 something. But
how long ago was that?
2013.
this was when we first came.
2013.
But if it would be better then that maybe we had a call meeting or something and get Spence in here so he could tell the difference, because what I'm thinking is something similar to what Ms. Brown said, that they just put a bid in because nobody sees your bid when you bid. And so really I think they just overbid thinking that we were gonna pay, that we would pay them $165,000.
Well, I guess.
And I hope everything is included in there, and I don't want to go
That's
off a
what,
whole.
that's what you don't know is the
So-
council member make a decision.
Yeah.
Now,
Okay, so what I'm asking you then, so do you feel like from a legal point that maybe we will have a call meeting, because we really need to start getting this done, that maybe we need to have a call meeting or something and have Spence here, Mr. Dashner, so that he can, go over and make sure everything is okay, because it is his recommendation that the mayor and the city council accept the bid from Womack Paving Company, which is the company that wants to do the work in the amount of $70,250. His recommendation is to let them do it.
I
So if
understand,
you want him to be here so that he can explain to you.
I understand the logic behind, and I'm finish this, the logic behind, there might be an overbid because they did the job. Flip side of that is, this company know what they're bidding on, or are they prepared adequately to do a job for $70,000? It might be $125,000 job. You're gonna get a bad road in the process.
Let me ask you this, you go ahead, Councilman, because your hand is up first.
Once we got this, I did come by and pick mine up and looked at it, and I called Mr. Basinger and talked to him because I was concerned about that. He has talked with them, he qualified them, is about what you might say. Womack bidded on every one of the exclusions that were on the package. There were some about, grading the streets, the ditches, and driveways, this and that, the other. Womack bidded on everything that was on the bid list. The other group did not bid on every one of them, and they were still higher. So it was his recommendation that Womack is a legitimate bid, and that they did bid on everything, and he thinks that it's a good bid from Womack. And he told me the same thing, he just thought that they did not want, Reeves didn't want the job, and they just bid at a high price. But they didn't bid on the exclusions. Reeves didn't, but Womack included everything on their bid.
Who's going to inspect their work?
Mr. Basinger. He's been hired by this council to oversee all of it.
He's an engineer.
Is he a licensed engineer in the state of Georgia?
I don't know that he's licensed, I don't know what his title is, I
I don't
think
think
he's,
he is, I don't think he got
Right.
a field.
Let me say this, prior to our coming on board, the city's used them all along. And, even for the paving, this council prior to us used, Mr. Basinger because he was paid. If you go back and look at the records and the history, this council hired him. Like I said, 2013, he came on, and with all of this, with everything, we didn't have a chance to really, get him to do anything or whatever. But since we came back to this council, and we had this street still, Holly Street project still open, that's when, this council, recommended that we go back and utilize the services of,
Well, I don't have any problem with Spence, but the problem y'all have is, the law is, you do not have to accept the lowest bid. You can accept the lowest responsible bid. And my question is, if y'all are satisfied that $20,000 bid is a responsive and responsive bid, that's fine. Go with it. I'm just trying to raise the issues that you need to think about.
I understand what you're saying. However, you know, how long has this project been going on? I mean, do you recall, Mayor, I'm sorry, Pro Tem Edie, you know, that, Holly Street project? Because there's been quite a few.
Holly Street was the top street. We usually give them a list of streets that we prioritize ourselves, and then the state comes in and they do their own prioritizing, and they listed that as the number one street. It started probably back in 2012 when we first submitted that list. With the new type of paving that we have now, you know, it's not the old LARP system. They go by a different system now, and it takes about 2 to 3 years to get enough money, you know, from the state, you know, under the LMIG. So we had to roll it over a couple of times, you know, to get enough money. So we finally got 2, you know, payments from the state. It's close enough to that I think we should go ahead with it myself, yes.
Well, again, that's why I brought it up, Mr. Edie, because I think under the new program, I don't remember what it's called, it's RIP.
LMIG.
LMIG. The state does not provide any inspections anymore.
No, you do it all yourself.
So whatever the job is, good or bad, you're stuck with it. Unless you've got somebody.
Well, after talking to Mr. Bajner and Mr. Edie said, he asked him our questions, and really they gave him more, Womack gave him more, options than Reeves did.
That's fine. All I'm saying is,
And he talked with him.
if y'all are satisfied based on what Mr. Basin said, that they responsible, any response to bid, not just these low bids,
Yeah,
then that's fine.
yeah.
Y'all just make a decision, go with it.
Because if he gonna do the job, he gonna do it just as fine. We might as well.
Tell him about spending. I don't think he does have the state license, but we've used him for years.
Yeah,
as
that's
inspector.
right.
So do y'all have now, it is my understanding, Councilman Wynn, that y'all don't have a problem with services, in the past previously, right?
He was a good inspector. He worked good with all the other engineers.
So do y'all wanna, take that to a vote tonight to go ahead and move forward? Or
I think we should.
so do I have a motion, you know, to accept that?
I offer a motion that we accept the bid from Womack Paving Company, in the amount of $70,250.
Motion has been made, second. Any further discussion? No discussion, we'll start with, Councilman Williams.
Aye.
All right, so, it's a done deal. You know, I'd like to, this is, on me, did you want me to go ahead and do that now? Now, I've never had this, to happen before, but we have here, we'd like to, would you pass that over to, Attorney Bowman? I want to go ahead. And tell me what's the next, step for that. Since I just received it.
That's pretty straightforward.
I mean, did I go ahead and present it now?
Well,
Or should I wait to the end of, just want to get your perspective.
we'll probably wait till after the bid report.
Okay. All right, we'll move right along to the, new business. We have here the Wilkes County Development Authority members of the Zimmer and Schwartz water line installation. Who better can explain it than, Mr. Jackson, so he's here.
Thank you, Mayor and Council.
Come down, please.
Sorry.
We have a podium, but apparently they moved it, so come to the council.
Okay, all right.
Present. Very well, thank you.
The Development Authority has been engaged with Shimmer and Schwartz, as you know, for a couple of years. We've been talking about the plant that we're building. And adding the plant will require water and sewer upgrades. We're working with regional commission, and I'm glad to say that that's moving right along. We hope to be moving dirt this month, so it's a long time coming.
I think that's what you shared at, BAS South, exactly.
Yes, so we're very glad to do that. And now, last year we had a couple of meetings with the council and other stakeholders at, one at the depot and then one here or over at City Hall. And we talked about the city's stake in the water and sewer expansion. And what I'm here tonight to do is to request that the city of Gordon join the Development Authority in a partnership to go ahead and approve some funds to get the water tap on portion of the project completed. We advertised for bids a couple of months ago, and we wound up getting 4 bids. And thankfully, our lowest bid was from a Gordon construction company. It was from Sellers Construction. And they submitted a bid that would cover the meters, the installation, extension of the water line,